and today we are looking at Skull Tales by EclipseEditorial, which is a Spanish publisher. We went for the full set, so with no further ado, let's get into the box. Well, as you can see, there is a lot to this game, and the so-called mega expansion, which really does live up to expectations. There's a few disappointments, I will say. Some of the models have not been tidied as well as there's bits which we're going to have to cut off and clean up, which I didn't expect from this game. I don't expect it from other games like Zombicide, etc. Games Workshop, part of the enjoyment is putting the figures together. I think the same with Kingdom Death Monster and those sort of games. This isn't one of those games. So
no, you'd open the box and expect to play straight away, and unfortunately some of them, such as this character here, still has the pieces on the bottom, so we can't even stand up on the board until we've done something about it.
Well,
which is
we're here
thing,
to be nitpicky. That's what we do. We're reviewing the game. We're giving you an honest opinion on what we've got. You'll see some close-ups of some of the photographs for these particular items. The other disappointment is the manual that came in the mega expansion has got a slice. It's only a very slight cut down the front of it. Again, we try to keep everything so that it's immaculate. That's a little bit disappointing when we didn't open the box with a knife. And in fact, that must have been at the at source. So
I think it's where it's coming from the printers. The box has been opened with all of them. This is the top one that's been put in our box.
But for me, that just shows a lack of quality control.
Yeah.
And I have a concern with that.
Attention to it.
But as we say, we're nitpicking over everything. There is so much here. So what you actually see in front of you, or the photograph currently showing on the screen, is the core set, the expansion, and all of the available add-ons as well. And I must say, the figures, forget the slight bits and pieces that we just mentioned, the figures are beautiful. There's
The
some
actual
really
sculpting
nice
of them,
sculpts.
Yeah.
I love the ships. I think they're
I love
fantastic.
the idea. I mean, we've got a shark's head and a whale's head coming up out of the water, and it'll be interesting to see how that comes into the game and what it does. I think there's a lot of potential here.
Yes, to me, this is again a narrative game. I'm really looking forward to getting to grips with that. I think what EclipseEditorial have done is create a really fantastic feeling, great looking game with some minor little niggles that we've mentioned. That's not going to take anything off of the score when we get to that. We'll mention it in the quality, obviously. Overall, looks amazing. Cannot wait to get this to the table. We'll be playing this tonight. We will review it, but we will only review it after we've played it 5 times. And with games like this, 5 times we may need to play it a little bit more than 5. We don't believe that you should review a game until you've played and found all of its nuances, all of its interesting little characteristics. So we will try and hopefully, I want to try and get that out this coming weekend or perhaps next weekend if we don't have the time to do that. But what do you think?
I really want to get started with it. I love the look of it. You just opening the box, you get a feel for the theme.
Yes.
You can sort of tell where this is going to go, and some of the figures are very interesting with the monsters. I think there's a sort of lobster type monster there that we're going to come up against.
And redcoats, it's good to see the Spanish wanting us to kill off the redcoats. Excellent. Looking forward to doing that, being a rebel and a revolutionary. There's some very, very interesting figures, some very interesting artwork.
The metal coins that you got, I think we're definitely going to be using a lot of other games as well. They're really good quality, aren't they?
Yeah, I must say, EclipseEditorial, these are fantastic. As good as what we have in Raiders of the North Sea. We use a lot of these coins in other games, Folklore, for example. We use them in Gloomhaven. Any game where there's
role playing.
When we're doing any role playing game, we use all of these as well because they just give a nice feel to a game. But that's not to say, I mean, the core game, they're part of the add-ons, but the core game comes with plastic coins, which I've never seen somebody age a plastic coin so well. They look amazing. And unless you pick them up, I don't think you could necessarily tell that they're plastic. They're very, very well done. You can tell that some love and attention has been put into this game and the design of this game. It's just a shame that some of that attention wasn't paid to the production of the miniatures, and I think that must upset them as well. I would have thought. Okay, well, thank you very much for your time. If you have enjoyed this, please put a comment in the description and the details below. Like and subscribe. Your subscription means a lot to us. It means that we can reach out to more people, engage. We're currently looking on our Facebook page to discuss games in education. That's something that's very important to us. So looking at we've got a discussion hopefully ongoing with teachers, some games developers. Call out Hall or Nothing and Tristan, and also to was it Holy Grail Games from the museum. We're looking at all ways that some of these games can be employed to educate children in school, educate children in homeschooling as well. So we've pulled some people into that conversation that homeschool their children, and how that can be of use, how role-playing games can be used to overcome social anxiety or deal with increasing children's vocabulary, increasing their ability to describe environments, and would love to get more people talking on that subject, and then hopefully we can go to some of the people that we know that are teachers and and see whether we can get any outcome from that, and whether we can get some games such as 1066, Museum, Code Names, all these sort of secrets again. I think is another one that's great for teaching social deduction and deduction style games in an education environment. So drop by our Facebook page. We'll put it in the link below, and I'll put a link actually directly to that particular discussion. We also put some other information that we got from UK Games Expo. We will be doing a chat shortly just to say what we saw, what we enjoyed, the demo, probably specifically Oathsworn, and Tainted Grail, Everrain. We're very pleased to have got a game of Everrain in. Very pleased that we've got the Tainted Grail and Oathsworn. Yeah, you guys rock. So thank you very much for your time, and see you on the next video.
Thank
you.